This is CBC New Brunswick News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. After 6 years of being pulled to the centre, the provincial NDP took a left turn today, confirming a leader who promises to return the party to its socialist roots. As CBC reported last week, Jennifer McKenzie was the only candidate for the job, and she won it by acclamation. Today, she promised to rebuild a fractured party. Our Catherine Harrop was there.
Our new leader is Jennifer McKenzie.
The Fredericton native and former Ontario businesswoman and engineer says she will take the party back to its Labour roots. Jennifer McKenzie says NDP founder Tommy Douglas had it right.
He implemented universal health care and the most ambitious poverty and unemployment reduction program in history to that point, which has been the basis of social democracy in Canada ever since. An NDP in New Brunswick under my leadership would follow in his footsteps.
It's a clear move to distance the party from the divisive approach of its last leader, Dominic Carty. Carty is now a progressive conservative. As NDP leader, he embraced fiscal conservatism and the Energy East pipeline and moved away from the NDP's traditional public sector union support.
I think the problem the NDP has had in New Brunswick is the NDP.
This caused rifts in the party that led to some members leaving. The party's message now, an invitation to return.
All the doors are open. You're all welcome with the new NDP, with the new leader.
Maddie Hogan and Jacob Patterson say they felt excluded. Now they think youth will have a say.
Have an influence on the NDP platform, introduce things that are actually, for the youth, like free tuition, which the old leader was opposed.
Well, I think a lot of the people that have walked away from the party during his term have come back.
Jennifer McKenzie still hasn't decided where she will run. Elizabeth Weir was elected 4 times in St. John, but left politics in 2005. No party leader and no NDP candidate has been elected provincially since then. Even with a robust party behind her, Jennifer McKenzie will be attempting to buck the odds.
Jennifer McKenzie joins me now. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm pleased and honored to be the new leader of the New Brunswick New Democrats.
I'm sure you are. I'm curious to know what it says about the party that there was no challenger. It just fell to you by acclamation.
Well, my team ran as if there were challengers around every corner. Then there were a lot of people, looking around and taking the packages. But after our announcement, things...
Why do you think that is?
I really
because
couldn't
you're unbeatable,
speak. I don't know what other people's thinking is, but I'm very happy to be here and proud to represent the New Democrats.
But you know that after the last election, there was a pretty significant split within the party between those who wanted to follow Dominic Carty and those who didn't.
Right, and so we're finding our base is flocking back, our membership is way up. And,
your base is flocking back, so who is your base?
Oh, New Democrats from all over the province, absolutely.
But there were those who drifted away from the party. Why?
Well, our party is based on very fundamental principles that Tommy Douglas brought in, and we want to stick to those. Those are very similar to the values that I found talking to people when I ran in Fundy Royal. And I think that New Brunswickers are really warming up to the values of the NDP and what it is we offer. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Do you think those traditional values were diminished in some way under Dominic Carty and that you're in a position to have to restore them?
Well, I know that our message is resonating. It's resonating with the base, but it's also resonating with the people that we bump into in the superstore or out on the street.
So tell me where you think the party is right now after 6 years of Dominic Carty and where you want it to be.
Well, we're rebuilding. We're growing rapidly. Our message is getting out, and I think that our challenge will be to keep that growth happening and to engage with New Brunswickers on a daily basis.
Why do you think in New Brunswick it's so difficult for your party to get an MLA elected? We haven't seen one since Elizabeth Weir.
Well, I think we've got to communicate, and I think we've got to listen, and we've got to connect.
Has that not happened in the past?
I'm
Not
sure it
listening,
has.
not
I mean, Elizabeth Weir is a very strong communicator.
But I mean, since she absolutely was a strong communicator.
Yeah,
Do you think
yeah.
that's what this job needs?
Absolutely. I think that's a really important part of the leadership role.
And how will that message that's going to be communicated be developed? Is that your job? Are you going to do that, or are you an inclusive leader?
Yes, we're talking about that. I mean, the party is based on core principles that we all believe in: the power of people working together and looking out for each other. And those are the values that we stand for, and that's how we will shape our policy. So it becomes quite an easy job, in fact.
An easy job?
Yeah.
Well, that's a remarkable thing to say. I'll be interested in what you think in about 6 months' time.
Okay.
Jennifer McKenzie is the new leader of the New Democratic Party of New Brunswick.